How much does a website cost? If you've asked this question to a couple of people, chances are you've had a couple of answers from them. Most likely, your answers or the answers you've gotten from all of these people might have revolved around the two famous phrases. It depends. So let me try to break down what the "it depends" portends so that hopefully you would understand why it depends. All right, now for you to be able to appreciate why they usually use the term "it depends," you need to identify first of all the different categories of websites that are out there. Okay, now there are blog websites, there are e-commerce websites, there are corporate websites, and then there are portfolio websites. I think there are probably some other categories out there, but here is something that's interesting about each of these categories. In as much as they are all called websites, they are not exactly just websites. Some are small, aka the blog, while some are big, aka your e-commerce website. Now the smallness or the bigness of each website is determined by the amount of plugins or modules or extra extensions that are fixed into the websites to enhance their capability or what they can do. I think of it like you having a car, right? You cannot expect your regular taxi to be filled with the same capabilities that a saloon car would have, right? Obviously they would not be the same thing, but they are all called cars, right? So the same thing applies to your website. The larger website, in this case your e-commerce websites or perhaps your corporate websites, have plenty functionality and extensions that make them do plenty things. So on some websites you go there, you're able to fill a form, you're able to get some specific automated feedback, you're able to click on a specific item and something magical happens and you're like, oh man, this website is cool. And then you go to a blog website and it's just basically plain. You have posts and posts and posts, right? You don't exactly have as much excitement you have on such a website as you get on an e-commerce site or on some corporate websites. Point is, the amount of money that is going to be spent on an e-commerce site is definitely going to be way higher than the amount of money that will be spent on a blog. So would you hear people tell you that they charge as little as 20,000 on a website? Very yes, very yes. Would you hear people say they spend as much as ₦1,000,000 on a website? Verily yes. But here's something interesting. There are some blogs that can cost you as much as ₦1,000,000 to develop and deploy. Yeah, it's very possible. I'll tell you why. The reason why you would hear that happen, in case you're going like, oh, is this: those blogs are built deliberately for the purpose of attracting an audience and retaining that audience. And so because of that, you'd see owners of such blogs investing in ads, you see them investing in SEO, you see them investing in massive marketing of their content. And because they are trying to do this, you see them doing things beyond just text. They don't just put text on their blogs. You see them putting videos, see them putting audios, see them putting ebooks, doing a couple of plenty stuff, which helps them, which means that they have to go to different platforms to get content here and there, merge them together, and then provide them for their viewers, right? Viewers, their audience. Yes, audience is a better word. You see them doing every single one of that, and you think that costs just 20,000? It costs plenty money. So obviously you get to see the whole idea behind that. So obviously the point is this: if you want to have a website, first and foremost become clear about what you want your website to achieve, not what you think you want the website to be. It is what you want the website to achieve that will determine what your website will be. Now that's, you probably may need to now discuss with your prospective designer to identify what tools will be needed at which specific point and how you can now plan with that particular goal in mind. When you're able to do that, you have a better picture about what your website would be, and then you would work towards that budget. Now that could now mean that you may probably start small with the hope of scaling up, or start big with the hope of expand, whichever way works for you. I hope this has broken down a couple of things to you, and yeah, that's about it. So if you do have any questions, reservations, comments, appraisals, drop them in the comments.